Financial planning for Canadians can be difficult. It's really hard to do on your own at times when we're caught up in the rat race, just trying to do our daily activities and accomplish all that. Some people also might be a little uncertain who to go to or not feel comfortable or confident to go to a bank or an advisor. So we started a series here on how to accomplish that and start those basics for Canadians. Our first step was the goals and concerns, which at the end of that, you might have said, I've done this. I wrote down what my goals are for financials, and I don't know how to pay for these. What am I gonna do? So our second step was to go over our budget and our expenses and track them and see where we are today. Now, the last part of the series we'll get into a little further is some basic ideas on how to free up some money to make your budget go a little further and to help put you towards your accomplishing your goals and concerns depending on your situation. My name's Aaron. This is Cozy Financial Planning. Let's get right into it. So we're gonna get right into it today. And what we have here on the screen is a budget for a couple about their 30s, 40s, early 40s here in Ontario, Canada. They both work full time. They make $65,000 a year each. And as well as they have two kids aged 5 to 7. They own a home, a moderately sized home at whatever they purchased it at. They have a fairly sizable mortgage right now still. They have one car and they do collect Ontario baby bonus, right? Is what I called it. So some of the highlights of their income and whatnot, we'll go over it, is they make, after deductions, $7,663 a month. That sounds like a lot, but it's not quite really. And we're just gonna look at a few things. So first and foremost, for this demonstration, and these numbers are as accurate as I can get them through calculators and looking up certain things online, but these are not actual real people. I didn't use anyone for this. So what we have here is monthly mortgage at today's rates. We have a line of credit and credit cards for $400 and $600 for all their budgets. This isn't a crazy amount of money, and it's not a crazy amount of debt, but it's enough that if you're not careful with it, it can easily snowball out. We've also put a couple other things in here for them because we want to make sure that they're doing something, right? They have membership subscription fees, $75. That's Spotify, Netflix, stuff like that. They have entertainment, $200, gifts are $250, $3,000 a year. This includes Christmas, but that's a relatively inexpensive Christmas for two kids and spouses and family. Miscellaneous is $200. Their regular savings are only $200, so $100 into each person's thing, and $100 a month into their kids' RESP, right? They've been alive for at least 7 years, the first one, and the second one's 5, and they get a lot of credit from that. So at the end of the day, we have $196 a month is what they're left over, what they're negative every month, right? That's a problem. It's not a crazy amount, but it's enough to say, hey, we're not surviving, we have goals. We're not thriving, we're surviving, we have goals, and we don't want to move things around every month, right? But what we have here is a quick look at their assets. They have a house worth $600,000. The car is $17,000. It's a brand new car. Technically, it's an appreciating asset, so I wouldn't really include it. It doesn't really factor in here because it'd be tough to sell it anyway, especially with a loan of $32,000 because it's a brand new car, so you pretty much move it up a lot. You lose all your value. They've been doing more stuff at work. They've been at their job for 5 to 10 years, so they have a bit of a buildup on pension. The children's education is doing fine. So we can see the total, $681, $472 is a liability, $200,000 is their net worth. Most of that's tied up into the house. So it's not quite cash or liquid, but it's good. It's a good start and it's okay. If your numbers are not like this, that is okay. I hope you went through section 2 of the series. You should take a look at the video to follow through with that. And this should help you just get the ball rolling for financial planning, right? So you can do it on your own for a few months and see how it goes. It's never done overnight. I equate, it's a tangent here, it's a teachable moment. I equate financial planning to kind of like weight loss. I didn't gain my weight overnight, and I'm not going to lose the weight overnight. And financial planning is very much similar way. I didn't get into debt, or no one gets into debt overnight, and they're not going to get out of it overnight. Yes, you can get a lottery win, whatever, but those are not something you can count on, right? Anyway, so what we're here for is $1,000 a month in line of credit, car payments, and credit cards. It's not a crazy amount, but what we can do is we can plug these numbers in and go like this. So this is built on a new loan, $44,000 5-year amortization at today's rates. Whatever they may be, you can find the calculator online for yourself and what your exact number is. And what you should do is see what you can do. I would amortize it as far as you can because you want to increase your cash flow to accomplish goals, or even pay it down. So if you can amortize it over 10 years, it would be even better. You can get a lower payment. And what usually happens is those are open loans and you can end up paying a little bit more down there. So you save a little interest and pay it off a little sooner. However, as always, these are band-aid solutions. This is because you don't have enough cash flow necessarily to fill everything in your life and you're kind of getting by. And that's the harsh reality of financial planning, is you have to realize these are band-aid solutions and you have to be the one disciplined to stick to this. Because if not, you're just going to get into further debt with more credit cards. And then you're not going to have you're not going to have another solution like this that's actually going to have a result. You just have to stick it out. Honestly, point blank, a lot of people fail at that, and that is the key thing you have to realize about this type of thing. So anyway, the good news is you're positive $40. Not terrible, not the best. It is similar to, you're not losing money, but you're just surviving, right? So what do we have next? One thing you can do is roll your money. Like, the best idea, in my opinion, for most people, and it's a band-aid solution. It is not something you can do on a regular basis. It is a one-time thing. You better make sure you can utilize it. If your mortgage is coming up for renewal, or you can break it early without a penalty or a large penalty, you roll into your mortgage, right? So there's that. Number 2 is if you have the room in your mortgage to do it. You may not have the equity in your home to roll $50,000 with in there, because if you were at 95% because you put your 5% down, you can't reopen your mortgage. You can only go up to 80% after you've bought your house, right? Unless they change the laws, but for the most part, that's what it is. So good luck. It's difficult in that situation. You have to go with the other loan type, right? So there's that. Now, if you can roll this into your house and you have the ability to, based on that, you went to a mortgage of $475 instead of $425, and we'll say no penalty, so it's $24.43. So we take this out to 0, and we just put it right here, and now you got $548 a month more in cash flow based off of this to roll something in there. It seems simple, but a lot of people miss on these ideas because they don't think they can qualify. They don't know about it. Some people don't. And people at the bank may not be trying to sell it because the advisor you may be talking to, you probably don't make a lot of money on their debt solutions like this. And then you have to be disciplined to take the $500 and not blow it at the mall. You have to put it into your plan, right? So if you want additional life insurance, which is probably good for these people if they're healthy, you easily spend $100 on life insurance out of that 500, right? You're supporting your family. It is the most selfless thing you can do. And then you can easily increase your savings, right? And see how far that goes. Like, even if you did this at 300 and you sell 440, you can start there. That's easy to do. If you want to do more for the kids' education, double it, you can do that. If you want to think that you want to go on travel and vacation, you want to spend $200 a month saving up for a $2,400 trip a year, that's fine too, and you still have $250 left over every month. I wouldn't necessarily do too much with that. That's still pretty miscellaneously, can easily screw things up. Maybe you want to increase this to $350, and then your budget's a little better, your Christmas a little better. It depends on what your priorities are. But you've already done your goals and concerns, and you know what your priorities are, so you're gonna have to rank them and put them into the play. Once you open the cash flow, it's not that it should go in your bank account and you just spend it frivolously, because that's what we all do. We need to put it to things that we want to accomplish. You have the goals, put it towards them, and stick to it. Try it for 6 months, not 3. Try it for 6 months and see how much you feel better about having a slush fund, right? You can put some of this money into a slush fund, and that way you don't have to use your credit cards anymore when you have to purchase something. Yeah, it sucks having to go in your bank account and you're like, oh no, I have to spend $1,000 on like new tires for my car. but at least it's paid for out of cash and you're not going to debt for it and paying interest on it. It does feel much better. Trust me, I've done it. It's fantastic. A teachable moment. I love teachable moments. One thing I would do would be weaponize your assets. For these people, and what I mean by that is for these people, wherever they're holding these things, even if they're holding their mortgage somewhere or their car loan, whatever institution you have them at, weaponize it. They have all this stuff. Go tell them you want to consolidate your debt there and see how it goes. They should give you a bit of a better rate and help you out with that because you have assets with them, right? Now, I have had a situation with the client before where she couldn't get a loan where her individual assets were, like her RSP and stuff. They wouldn't give it to her. So she came to me and I did the loan for her through my bank system, and we accomplished it. She was very thankful and very happy because we were able to put like about $500 of cash flow into her pocket every month to help her out get a little further with her family, with her young family, and make things better and a little easier on her, right? Because financial planning, my belief, is huge on your psychology and your sleep cycle and everything else, and you can be much healthier if you're taking care of yourself financially, right? Or you have that little bit of windfall, you'll sleep better, not knowing, not stressing about your next payment for something. In that case, we don't have to move our stuff over, but in this case, you can weaponize it. Go to another institution and say, hey, give me a loan for 50 grand, let's say, just round up 50 grand even, and then you'll move all your RSPs and RESPs to them. And that might entice the advisor to take you on because they're going to go manage a bit more money and do something with now cash flow. So that's a pro tip from me, is weaponize your assets, including your debt. Your debt's a weapon to the institutions. They want it. They love it. So use it to your advantage. Get the better interest rate. Take care of yourself. With that said, I hope you got something out of this one. We've gone through our 3-step series, goal planning, our budgeting, and now some solutions. If there's anything else you want me to go over, shout out to me. Otherwise than that, hit the bell, subscribe. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Talk to you then.